Dog Show. Woo!
Blessings, everyone. I'm Smokey, the doggone decoy, here with the Best Damn Dog Show. And we have with us today Tannisha with Pet Matrx.
Hey, everyone.
And she's here to tell us about this wonderful product that I'm using. I'll make sure y'all understand I'm using this product because it is 100% booyah.
Tested and true. And I always let everybody know, yes, Pet Matrx is my company. I am the director of education. However, I have also had to prove our efficacy with this guy right here.
Yeah,
Tested and true, really.
Oh, it's tested and it's true. Without a doubt, it's tested and it's true.
Yes. So we're going to jump on in. We definitely want to make sure that everybody understands how we know each other, how we got introduced to each other, and that really is the foundation of how Pet Matrx, my company, is really moving through the canine space and the working space.
Yes.
In being introduced to Smokey, who is also an amazing mentor of mine, somebody that I train my own rescue pit bull with, which is so exciting. And in collaboration together, it is our mission to help bring awareness to the entire canine space, but also help people understand there is a need to be fulfilled in the working dog space, and that is why
100%.
That is why we are working together.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Should we tell our creation story?
Let's break it down to
All right. We have a full creation story. So
let's break down your product, how it works for this working dog.
Perfect. So before I jump fully into that, I want everybody to know I'm a newbie in the training space. I let everybody know. And it's an exciting space for me to be in because within my background, yes, I'm the director of education for my company. But at the same time, before jumping into the canine space, I was in human health and wellness for over 12 years, 13 years. So to be able to see that the same principles of a dog, the anatomy, the physiology, and the biochemical processes, I always encourage people to understand that the biggest difference between a dog and a human is the anatomy.
Yes, ma'am.
The physiology and the biochemical processes are identical. So jumping into the training space with my own dog, my rescue pit bull, who I had to learn how to manage, and then at the same time being told by my two trainers, Mark Rosewood Canine and Smokey, being told by these two people that my dog has more to her as a rescue.
Potential.
It was such an awakening moment for me. And then to be able to see their process and how they're working with her and what's taking place. And what we're doing is activating the nervous system, helping that dog reach its genetic potential. But what's also with that? You have
needs.
Stress.
Her needs.
Yes, you have stress that is taking place in the dog, inflammation that is taking place in the dog, programming and laying behavior within the dog, and working with Smokey has helped me to see that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the working dogs their nervous systems are and everything is working at a higher level because they're pushing their bodies to places where most pets don't.
Exactly. So when I really began to physically see that and experience that within my dog, I had this moment that was literally, oh shit. and it really was one of those moments.
Yes.
And in the beginning of our friendship, we were on the phone all the time because I was trying to understand.
It makes so much sense. It made sense.
Yeah, I was trying to understand the working space. Like, okay, this is what these dogs are going through. This is what this dog is experiencing. Even though from a principle of working, and that's their role and duty, still what comes with that is a massive amount of inflammation.
I didn't understand it until you broke it down to me.
Yeah, and I see it.
Yeah.
And when you began using these supports with Zen,
that's my 7-year-old Malinois.
Yeah, thank you. Can you give everyone a history of what this dog's role is?
I mean, he's been working since he's been 8 weeks old. He's been, tested and tried and trained. And the thing is, when she broke down the nervous system, how the nervous system helps the dogs, and when it's functioning for a dog, I'm thinking about all the things that we introduce to the dog in training. Mm-hmm. When you're introducing all these different new things, holding bar, guards, transports, long stays, situational position changing, where they're in an environment where there's noises, distractions, all of it. I can only imagine what their nervous system is going through at that time.
Right. And then they have a recovery phase.
That's
What does that look
crucial.
like? So, we talk about all the time, dogs are athletes.
Yes.
They are genetic athletes.
They built for it.
Exactly. So something that we always like to talk about in the Pet Matrix is, okay, if dogs are athletes, let's remove ourselves from the dog for a moment. Let's just say we have a human athlete.
Yeah.
And you and I have talked about this.
Yes.
You have a human athlete who is training. Let's just say they're playing for a D1 or even a D2. What's going to happen? That athlete is constantly going to be on a regimen, a training protocol, whether it's cardio, weightlifting, making it all work, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But then what does that athlete have to do that night? They have to recover.
They have to recover.
And they have to recover efficiently in order to get up and go to training
Do
tomorrow.
the same thing tomorrow.
Right. So for these dogs who are working on a daily basis, majority of the time, whether it's a protection dog, a narcotics dog, all these different types of active working dogs, police canine, are they recovering?
Military dogs.
Exactly. Are they recovering? No. And we know that and we see that. How do we see that? We see premature graying in dogs' faces. We see early inflammatory responses seen as arthritis in dogs. We see stool challenges, digestive challenges, nervous system challenges in dogs that are in constant high drive all the time.
High drive. I always just say the RPMs are always up.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all, especially the herders, the dogs a lot of the dogs I train, pit bulls, dogs that have trouble regulating.
And that's it right
Regulating.
there. That's it right
the
there.
RPMs. They don't know how to calm down and recover.
Yes, exactly. So if you are in high drive all the time, even as a human, if we're in high drive all the time, we're stressed out all the time.
You're not resting.
You're not resting. You're not recovering. You can't think clearly. You can't make proper decisions on a daily basis. You just feel so ran down, exhausted. So the dogs feel like that, but tenfold because their metabolic systems are way faster than ours. So
Makes
then what's the
sense.
problem?
Simple sense.
Exactly. So now there's a problem, and that problem is we have premature aging in dogs who are getting sick left and right a lot faster, especially if they're a working dog.
Especially. I've seen that in my dog literally before Pet Matrix. I started seeing the grain and like you were talking, and I've started to see that.
Exactly.
At 7 years old.
Exactly. So one day, before I even met Smokey, I was training at the park and I was having my dog jump into the tree because that's what we started doing. She's a pit bull and she loves to tree jump. And then one day I get a random FaceTime from Smokey and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Training your dog?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're training." So we started talking and all these things, and at that point he was like, "I'd love to see that within my dog." And at that point you were getting ready to potentially retire Zen.
Yes. Yeah, because I could see that he's been through a lot. Like I said, all his life he's been training since he was 8 weeks till 7 years old. He's been going at it hardcore.
Yeah, and then you started using Pet Matrix.
And now he's in the first month. I noticed him doing puppy zoomies again, and just the way he would ready to get out and work. He was kind of not doing the things and the tendencies he had just been doing right before that. He had pep in his step. And I noticed it watching some videos one day. I'm looking at him like, dude, he look like he's 3 years old in this video. He's doing things like when he was 3 years old. So I've definitely noticed the difference in his recovery time, his willingness to work now. He's not getting up looking like I'm all sore. The inflammation you were talking about. That I didn't even realize, like his body is literally, as hard as he's hitting people, as fast as he's moving towards people, as hard as he's biting, and I'm asking him to do all these things, he needed something to help him recover at the age he is.
Exactly. So with that understanding of a backstory, I'm going to share exactly what makes Pet Matrix so unique, because this is really what is changing the game for all dogs, pets, and working dogs.